These bitches love salsa, oh and I know it. Fucking with them old boys, you gon' get fucked over. Rarries and Rovers, these hoes are cheap salsa.
Kanye West, Rich Homie Quan,
Rihanna,
Sean Carter,
Beyonce,
Michael Jackson,
Lauryn Hill, Frank Ocean, Sheree,
Chris Brown,
Chief Keef.
Most contemporary music includes some sort of drug reference, degradation of women, sex, and wrong behavior. Songs that made it to the Billboard charts in 2005 found that 33% of the songs included drugs and/or sexual activities. Influential artists who rap about drugs and sex tend to have fans that participate in the activities that they rap or sing about. Over the past decades, music has evolved tremendously. How much of an effect does music have on our generation?
You know, it's a very good question. What impact do I think that pop culture has on your generation? Well, I don't think specific to your generation. I think that pop culture has an influence on every generation. I think that the current pop culture is overly sexed. I think it's also overly drugged, overly partied, overly, just promoting this lifestyle that very few people can attain, and acting like that's how it is for everybody in everyday life, when that's not true.
Me, Lauren Thomas, and my classmate Sydney Ridgway, and our production crew Amari Jones and Cameron Kirby have come together to make this documentary about the effects of pop culture and our generation.
This is the process of how you get movies made. We make movies every day.
A 17-year-old teen grossed $20,000 a month by being the head of a marijuana ring. He has been caught. He was a high school student in Ohio.
Do you think the music that we listen to influence your interest in illegal substances?
Can I be honest?
Yeah, you can be honest.
Why yes?
Why?
Because sometimes you just be in that mode, you be in that feeling, and you just be like, I just want to let loose and just feel good. So, like, some days I just be like, it's time to just let loose, and I roll it up, and then it's done.
Social media websites such as Instagram are an outlet for teens to broadcast illegal substances and outrageous behaviors. Among teenagers in the United States, 9.6% said that they have used marijuana on a daily basis, and 40% said that they have smoked it in the past month. The smoking rate for teens has increased in the past 5 years, and coincidentally, so has the drug reference in music over the past decade.
Girl, when I get you to the crib, you know we gon' go upstairs. Girl, you gon' think, girl, you gon' think.
I feel like certain songs and the lyrics that the rappers portray in their music tend to have us teenagers portray sexual acts. For instance, if you hear a song like Busted Wide Open, bitch is gonna be busting it wide open all the time. Hit that shit and get it there.
I think it does, because when, children or students, teenagers, they're so impressionable, and when they're being constantly inundated with these negative lyrics and negative songs towards females, they're eventually going to begin to act that out, because that's what they're seeing all the time. And teenagers' brains are actually not fully developed in the area that helps them make proper decisions.
I do think music influences our women in society to be treated in negative ways because of how they are shown in music videos, how they are spoken about in songs. Most girls associate that with that being the correct way to be treated and the correct way to be talked to. In all actuality, there are different ways and different situations that are more appropriate.
She bad. We pass around like hot potato. Yo, get passed around. When we finish, we gon' pass it down. Cause you're contagious by the way she getting passed around.
Okay, so Jordan and Clark, I have a quick question for you. Do you guys think that music influences the way teenagers or young people behave or carry themselves?
I think that it does, but the degree in which it affects is solely based on their foundation. Like if someone has a strong foundation at home and comes up from a good upbringing, then it's not going to matter if they listen to some hood music. They're not going to go out and act the fool and act out what they heard. But if they don't have a strong foundation or any guidance or role models, then of course they're going to look to the music and the culture around them on how to govern themselves.
By the engine, so we love them strippers. Yeah, I love them strippers.
Overall, music has an effect on teenagers and the young adults of this generation. The way that rappers and singers carry themselves often causes their fans and supporters to imitate their behaviors or style. Sex, drugs, and degradation of women are three of the main topics mentioned in the songs that are played on the radio and listened to by the youth of this generation. If young people continue to act in this manner, what does this mean for future generations?
Y'all niggas hell.
Hey, this is seniors, 2013, in this minute.
Turn up.
Thank you, Clark.